Red button.
Yes, yes, yes. What's good? What's good, man?
Thursday, man.
You don't hear that in the background? It sound like water.
For me, it
Like,
doesn't. Let them know. I see T Shrugs in here. What up, T Shrug? T Shugs. T Shugs World. And Turbo, what's going on? I can't wait for this one. Yeah, me either. Yo, let me know if you hear anything, Turbo and T Shugs. Let me know if you hear anything in the background. All
yeah,
ball is hearing.
how's the audio? Cause I'm hearing like sound like waves, like water. Like so I don't know if it's the headphones. Cause I got my
Maybe,
head my headphones on.
yes, maybe pop
Cause
back out, pop back in. Because I don't hear anything. Technical difficulties as we await all ball. I don't hear a thing out here. Big games last night. I hear both of you well. No background noise on my end. Smiles! Yo, Smiles said we're good. She didn't hear any noise. That
huh?
might be. Smiles says we're good. She didn't. I hear you both well. No background noise on my end.
All right. Let's go.
So you already know, man. All Ball TV Thursday.
Yes,
Big
sir.
game.
Yes, sir.
I gotta just ask before we get into the big games. How does All Ball feel about these plans now? Real quick.
I mean, to be honest, they fun, but I can still deal without them. Um,
Mm.
I like it more than I thought. But maybe 1 through 7, and then you have a play in for the 8th seed. But I think the 7th seed is getting effed over. Now, like I said, I think the playing should be 1 through 7, you good, and then maybe 8, 9, and I don't know how they do it, but so far though, very fun, very exciting. So far, so good.
Very exciting. Speaking of exciting, OKC, my man SGA, he's up for most improved player of the year probably. Big win on
Which
that end. Big
which he
win.
should get. He should get that. Uh, he should get that award easily. I mean, the only way I can see him getting snubbed is by Fox or Sabonis because of the records. But
Marketing.
SGA should get that easily.
You got marketing in our favorite IQ, but IQ is not statistically. It's just not even the way he plays. Like SGA has been
Yeah,
pretty dominant for a guard.
yeah.
Yeah, Sabonis has Sabonis. I think Sabonis is going to lower Indiana, but yeah, SGA. He came through yesterday. The first half, I was a little worried about him because he was shooting like 3 for 9, and Herb Jones was all over him. They were double teaming him. He was
Yes.
smothering them. Second half, all he did was go aggressive, get to the basket. Uh, Josh Giddey, the point guard, he started getting involved with a couple 3 pointers. I was surprised about that. What do you think about the game? How did you stay up late before you saw
Um.
the whole thing?
No, no, no. I watched it. The game was exciting. Um. Is what is what sports supposed to be about. The two best players on each team going at it. SGA going against Brandon Ingram, and they didn't let down. Um, trading buckets, trading baskets, hitting big shots, hitting tough shots. That's what sports supposed to be about. Defense, hitting tough shots, and not shying away from the moment. I knew SGA was good. I didn't know he was that good. Crafty, and he got moves. So big shout out to Shea Gilchrist, man. OKC. I actually had picked New Orleans to win this game, and once again, between them and Miami, I'm looking like I don't know anything about basketball. Oh my God. Um, but very good game, very exciting. And I want to say a little bit about Zion, maybe a little bit towards the end of this, because
Yeah,
he let his team down. I don't
big
care what
time.
nobody say. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. Do that shit in your backyard. You ain't gonna practice in front of me. Say you healthy and you can play, and then don't play. And by golly, did they need him yesterday?
Well, I think we got to get to that Zion thing real quickly because you just touched on it. We gotta. I don't I don't see how C.J. McCollum or any one of his teammates he like we said the other day about Kyle Anderson on Minnesota. What he said was clearly what people felt, because you pointed out the way they jumped to really back down Gobert. Their teammates came. They really didn't want to push Kyle Anderson. They looked like they were holding him. Like, yo, good looks, but not right now. Same thing with CJ McCollum. They were a 10 seed, right? Now they're out of the playoffs. I mean, if you asked last night on the live, shout out to the Wild Bunch on IG Live every night. You shouted it out last night. If you were Zion's teammate, would you be sick of him?
If I'm Zion's teammate, trade me or trade him. I don't want to play with him. I have nothing against the young man, the special talent. But we have to. It's news. We have to speak about it. What he did was wrong. And if I'm his teammate, listen, man, there's really nothing you can tell me. These are the playoffs. Anything can happen. A lot of people is high on the Pelicans. I'm not as high as everybody is, but a lot of people say with Zion, the Pelicans can actually make the Western Conference Finals. Like, people are very high on them. So in the back of your mind, just think about if you Ingram or CJ, even some of them young players, and you think you have an opportunity to do something special, but then your star player, your best player, lets you down. Listen, man, once again, I said this a long time ago. Zion could have been the first player to ever turn down the rookie max contract.
Right.
I think he got his money. Now his mindset is get out of New Orleans.
Like
That's
Anthony Davis.
I don't know if he's going to do it to that effect, but
what's the difference? You already said now.
No. I mean, no. There's no difference, but I think that right there, what he did, he may not even. I don't know. I don't know if he's injured. I can't. I'm not a doctor, but to show him 360 tomahawking off the vert, it's clear he was healthy. I'm sorry. So for him to not play, I would love to hear. I've never heard nobody say I'm healthy, but I want to wait till I feel like Zion. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Shout out to Zay, aka Flamingo. First person I ever heard say it. You sound like Ben Simmons, dog. Sounds just like Ben Simmons. Shout out to our boy Flea. Sick of him. Glad y'all shining light on this. Salute to Allball, Fabian, living legend. Oh man, Flea,
what up, baby?
I wish I was more in a more egotistical mood. Don't flatter me like that at 2 in the afternoon. You kidding me? I'm about to melt. It's getting hot in New York. We gotta go outside, go crazy.
You gotta put the air on. It's ridiculous out here. I love it, though.
It's crazy. I'm about to put it on right now. I was worried about you might hear it in the background. I'm Bougie, baby. All these segments are sponsored by I'm Bougie, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey Zion, you're a little too bougie. You act a little too much like a poodle. You're a big dog, Zion. What is that? Hold on. Let's get to the.
Hold on. I want to say this just real quick. I just got a DM from Nat Fluential. If y'all know who Nat is, she just said thank you. I don't know what she's talking about, but I'll check it out later. But go ahead. Let's get to that.
Influential?
Yes. Big shout out.
Career, I've always been the type of player to do whatever it takes to help the team. I could have took the easy way out and got surgery and sat and watched, but I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of player. Even though it affected my performance, some nights I never made excuses. I just go compete and do the best that I can, and always try to lead by example.
Now, let me say this. What Zion did, if that was any other player, it just goes to show you, when they like you, you get away with murder. When they don't like you, you know what happened. I have nothing against none of these players. I respect them all. I love the game so much. We all wish we could play. Very talented young man. Go ahead.
Breaking news. Magic Johnson, Josh Harris. I don't want to misspell his name. Yeah, Josh Harris and the former NBA player are in the runnings, or they're about to buy the Washington Generals. Shout out to Magic Johnson once again doing big things. So I don't know why. What happened with that?
Listen, man, that shit ain't big news. Get out of here with that, man.
Magic Johnson does it again.
No. Magic Johnson and whatever his team is does it again.
Hey.
Big shout out Magic, like I said. But
Magic, hey. I'll take your phone call, Magic. I'll take all post phone call.
But you know what? That's huge because that's an African American, a black man, about to be some type of majority owner in the NFL, which we need very bad. So I'm just joking around. But that right there, I pray and hope they get it. But also I hope it's a snowball effect. Because I'm not saying if there's 30 teams in the NFL, I'm not saying you need 30 black owners. No, I'm not saying that. But can we get 3 or 4? But, even if they're majority owners, of course you ain't going to own 100%. So big shout out to Magic Johnson and whoever his team is and the other people that's going in with him. That's big news, man. Big news. Big news.
Yeah. But, shout out to Magic. But we sick of Zion on this side. We got to give the same smoke. I got to give the same smoke to him the same way I gave the same smoke to Ben Simmons. I was sick of him. And I was rooting for Ben Simmons. But shout out to my man Kill from Philly. He was the first person, yo, dog, I'm sick of Bull. Y'all can have him if you want him that bad. I'm telling you, he's trash. I didn't listen to him. Then that layup happened. This, to me, CJ McCollum coming out and speaking on you like this, imagine somebody from Allball just coming out of nowhere, making their own IG live, like, you know what? These guys ain't holding their own weight, this, that, and the third. You're going to feel a certain way. Like, how does in Zion, he's not sitting there going like, damn, we missed the playoffs, and had I played giving us 10%, 50%, we had a chance. This came down to the wire, this game.
Let me say something real quick. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question. And everybody, big shout out Flea Turbo. Y'all know Smiles Cupcakes. Everybody else in the building. Please, I want y'all to comment. In favor, I want your opinion. Right now, would you take Zion on your team?
No.
Explain why.
Again, a Ben Simmons comparison, I don't want that around. You can't be this level of a brand, this level of popularity. And our team is the Knicks. My team is the Knicks. You ain't ready for New York City, dog. They're not eating you alive because you ain't at the Garden. You come to the Garden talking like that? Nah, we're gonna eat you alive.
Now, I only ask this question because I'm going to go there. I'm going to do a little conspiracy theory. The Twilight Zone. What if Zion never was really hurt? I'm going there. Yes. What if Zion never was really hurt? What if this is his way to get out of New Orleans, but he wanted to get the money? What if he's fully healthy? They say last week he looked big as an ox, but then when you see him training or doing all these dunks, I don't see no problem. So, yes, I'm going there. Would you want Zion on your team? Like I said, this is very tricky because, hey, man, we got to see them doctor's records, bro. You got to make sure you was hurt. Listen, I'm an owner. I got to see them records. Because the next thing might be, next thing you know, Zion wants out of New Orleans. So, hey, man, I won't be surprised. Y'all heard it here first, AllBallTV. Me personally, I don't think he never was hurt like that. Yeah, maybe Knicks and Knacks, but what he did yesterday clearly states, I don't want to be here. I don't want to play with them. I don't want to be here. You do not do that blatantly in your team, in your organization's face, right before a playing game. Now, if you see that him doing that in a private gym, in a private session, where he allows them to use the footage, or I'm pretty sure as a mansion, you in your backyard doing that. But to do that, nah, man. So it's a method to his madness. I don't know, because he's a likable young man. I hope this doesn't turn him into a villain. I really don't, because I don't know how he's going to take that.
I think everyone's gonna see what's going on with Kyrie and look at Kawhi and Kyrie. They're pretty much missing the same amount of games, it seems like. But the biggest difference is Kawhi's quiet. Zion is pretty much quiet, except for, like you said, you popping up with these videos. That's why I don't like these. When you said the other day, I want to see you in workout videos and stuff. I don't want to see that.
No. It's a difference. Rehabbing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, where's the videos of you guys rehabbing? At least, trying to get back into playing. Remember that what he did. That's different. I want to see. I like when a guy get hurt and they show them rehabbing, whether it's hitting the treadmill or their diet, even talking about how they're going to come back stronger and help their team. He did none of that. So that's what I meant. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I think what you're saying would be dope if it was the day before the guy was coming back. If Zion was coming back from injury, I want to see that, because now as a fan, I'm going crazy. What? That's like a commercial for them. Then imagine they play that on the big screen at the stadium. Ooh, what? We're going crazy. But you did all that to go and shout out to go ice to sit on the bench with street clothes on? Nah. CJ McCollum is disgusted with him. He's disgusted. And I think there's some, again, the conspiracy theory just sounds all based. But look at what Rockstar Mel. What's up, Rockstar Mel? Shout out to you. It's not old school. He just got almost $200 million. Not risking that for a playing game when he's known to get hurt anyway.
Yo, man. Like, I love Rockstar Mel, but sometimes it's like, y'all with this risking what? What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? You have a job to do. Big shout out Kevin Garnett. Hold on. Big shout out Kevin Garnett. You get paid for 82. You get paid for 82. What do you mean risk of playing? What are you talking about? Look at the mindset. Risk of playing? Bro, we make the play and we in the playoffs. That's the goal, getting the playoffs to have an opportunity and a chance to win a championship. Like, man, y'all mindset is different, man. It's different, bro.
And that's why I never liked, even when, I love Floyd Mayweather. I used to love Pretty Boy Floyd. I didn't like Money Mayweather because to me he was ducking the big time fights, in my opinion, when it mattered, because it's this mentality. LeBron James, he kind of ducked the whole conference. Your best player has that same attitude, that same spirit, in my opinion.
Your Floyd Mayweather, I disagree. I
100%
disagree. He didn't duck anybody. I'm sorry. And to me, I don't like that comparison because it's a one-on-one sport. He don't have to depend on nobody but himself. I'm saying, Zion, you are the best player on your team. They need you. Everybody says the Pelicans with Zion is probably top 3-4 in the Western Conference. So that's Western Conference championship contending type talk. You don't want to be a part of that?
It doesn't.
This is why most likely Brandon Ingram plays angry how he plays. Do you not notice Brandon Ingram is always upset? Do he not know this dude don't want to be here? This dude might can play, but he don't want to play?
Thank you, Flea. Doug Pacquiao for years. That's another conversation.
Here y'all go.
Listen.
Here y'all go.
Floyd was my favorite. Pretty Boy Floyd was my favorite fighter. But once he crossed over, I saw what he was doing. He bought his contract out with Bob Arum. I knew what he was doing. It's all marketing. So my thing was, he didn't fight Sugar Shane Mosley. He didn't fight him in his prime. But again, remember, Floyd is tried and tested. This is his only argument. I don't want to veer off too left. His only argument was, yo, dog, come test all of us and see who comes up positive. That was Floyd's only argument. It was like, you know what? If I'm Floyd, I had that excuse. I had that reason. I ain't fighting you. You on steroids. Pacquiao was definitely on steroids. Sugar Shane Mosley was definitely on steroids. So that's another topic. But the point is that the best versus the best. That's all we want to see. This is a public spectrum. That's what we do. Going back to Flea.
Second best boxer of all time. We will have this discussion next time.
No, please. Yeah, we will. That's crazy talk. You sound like one of these young heads, Allball. Get it together.
Second best boxer of all time. And you know what's sad? I'm not even a big Floyd Mayweather fan. But you got to call it how you see it. One thing I've learned in life at this age, got to be honest and got to be fair. Listen, man. Muhammad Ali, number 1. Floyd, number 2. Sugar Ray Robinson, number 3. Mike Tyson, number 4. Roy Jones Jr., number 5. I'm not going on the record. I'm going on pure skill set, and them guys fought whoever was put in front of them. But you know what? I'm sorry. Let's get back because that's what. Listen, yeah,
Boxing
we do it all. We do it all over here.
Yo, boxing is serious.
So we do it all over here. So this is why AllBallTV, the network, all of us, this is gonna blow because we're gonna talk about everything. Y'all didn't know we knew a little bit about that. Yeah. Threw y'all off with that one.
Jack Johnson don't get enough props. Get out of it. Anyway, look.
No, a lot of dudes don't, but go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point about boxing. And the same thing, conversation with this. Flea Adams. My bad, Flea. it ain't the hooper. It ain't the first hooper to exploit the lifestyle of a hooper. Y'all know my ish. He doesn't love hoops. He's clearly heavier than he was a couple months ago. Rockstar Mel, we don't care. We don't care. You should not be heavier. You're depressed. Don't be in the limelight. Just like Ben Simmons, you want to come out here and show off your rope chains and all that. Go somewhere. I don't want to see you, bro. Your teammates are pissed at you. This is a fact.
Hold on. Can I say this before we get off this topic, or we can stay on it for the whole hour? It don't even matter to me. Right. But let me just say this. No. All jokes aside, some of us are born with talents that, whether you like it or not, you're gonna be a role model. You're gonna be important. You're gonna be famous, and things come with that. Your job is to play basketball. If you can play, play. Now, if you're injured, you can't play. But I've seen, and I'm not a LeBron fan, but anybody knows that. I've seen that man turn his ankle where that shit hit the floor. I watched that man tie his sneak up and stay on the court and didn't miss a game. I've seen him do that numerous times. At the end of the day, for y'all to be making excuses for this young man talking about the money, y'all gotta stop, man. Like, come on, man. The money is already in the bank. When you say risk what? Kevin Durant tore his Achilles, knew he could re-injure it, came back. You know why? Because I love the game. And I want to be known as a legend. I don't believe he don't care about his legacy because he wouldn't have did that. Don't nobody talk about that. If you don't care about your legacy, you ain't going to come back in the middle of the finals knowing you can re-aggravate it or re-injure it and sit out a whole nother year. So don't tell me that. Zion, you want to be great? Get on the court. Get on the court. Until you get on the court, don't talk to me about him being top anything. Talk about generational talent. Get out of here, man.
No, but I think. No, stay on that because I heard y'all talking about that yesterday. Let me get to y'all. $200 million. The Pelicans ain't complaining. You out of your mind, Mel. Rockstar Mel.
Yo, man. Listen, do not read Rockstar Mel's comments, please. I love him to death. He's trolling. Trolling.
Zion is born with I'm sorry, I'm reading it. With a body type where it's easy to put on weight. It's not his fault. I got the same body type. Yo, get the hell out of here. Had Flea had the opportunity to win 3 chips in a row. Golden State wins that chip. Exactly, Flea. Javier in the building.
Oh, hold on.
A little Mexican music in the background.
Big shout out, Javier. You got to roll her off. We'll never tell y'all who that is. Kaiser Soze is in the building.
Did Zion play 2 full seasons yet? Smile for Cupcakes is laughing in hysterics because she probably knows who Javier is.
Nah, nobody know who he is.
Nobody knows. I'm sorry. Nobody knows who he is.
And we will keep it like that. Listen, man. But let's get it back.
But Rockstar, good point about Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is a generational talent as well, in my opinion. There's only one of them, 7 feet tall with a handle like that could chuck the rock and get to his spots. Even better than Dirk can. He should have been better than Dirk but by a landslide, but he wasn't for whatever reason. But I forgot he was prancing and dancing in the finals to get back in that game, dog. Zion, you can't risk that for your team at all at 24, 23.
But hold on, you're not risking anything. You said
right.
It came out your mouth. Pause. You're healthy.
Right.
What are you risking? Rockstar Mel.
Yeah.
Hold on. Rockstar Mel, tell me that. He said he was healthy. Nobody asked him to come back. Nobody forced him to come back. He said he's healthy, then came out on the court and proved he was healthy. So once again, we all smart. What's the sign say? If you do all that and don't play, 9 times out of 10, you won out of New Orleans, bro. That's just simple.
I don't know if you saw what Giannis said, that in 2020 he was thinking about retiring.
Why's that?
Because of all this, all the stuff was getting to his head, and he's like, he didn't know if he could keep going forward. He got a therapist. I'm just saying, it was Zion.
Look at me. Look at my face. Look. Look. No. Please look.
I get what you're saying.
Who's ever Giannis PR person was a terrible job at that. I don't know what they were trying to play with that. It's nowhere in the world. That man is probably going to make between $500 million and $1 billion in his career. It's nowhere in the world he was thinking about doing that. I do not believe him. I'm being honest.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's a fad. I don't know if it's a fad. It's in vogue for them to speak that way. But the fact is, a lot of them do speak that way. Like, I didn't like when Kevin Love said all that. You could have kept that to yourself. That's what I thought. But for Giannis to say that, what to me it still proves he still went out there and went over the hump. He did what he had to do to get over these things anyway. I think there's plenty of people, all of us, fame and all that is not easy to deal with. But there's clearly people. Zion is now in the conversation or in the bracket as the Ben Simmons of the world, like Flea said earlier, or Zay said last night. You don't have that factor in you. It's just not in you as of right now. And if you want to be a part of this game, be a real legend, this is where you got to go. CJ McCollum is calling you out for a reason.
Now, hold on. All right, but look, I'm going to finish it off with this one. Look at the West right now as far as teams. A lot of people was injured and hobbled. Look at the Clippers, no Paul George. Memphis, they don't have Steven Adams and one of their other good guys. Lakers, we see what happened with them against Minnesota. Even though they got the big win, it was a struggle. So my thing is this, Golden State, no Wiggins. Been terrible on the road all season. So Pelicans, healthy, with a full core. This could have been an opportunity to maybe win a championship. Like, seriously.
You ain't got it. And again, I'm sorry, this is my moment to go crazy. Of course you're right, because you know what I said about them? If Zion is healthy, Ingram is healthy, they're the best tandem in the league. You saw yesterday when Brandon Ingram, right? All his shots that he struggled with, he makes them way easy. He can shoot over everybody. They got that game to a 2-point game or a 3-point game when they chucked it to half court and handed off to Brandon Ingram. And he thought he got fouled for the 4-point play. You see how easy it is for him? Now imagine if it gets a little bit easier if all you have to do is be out there, Zion. That's why they're the best tandem, because they make the game easier for those guys out there. Easier than everybody else can be on offense. That's what I'm saying. So listen, I believe you're a top duo in the league. And you decide, nah, I just want to be an IG thought. Like, that's what you are. Period.
Listen, man, that young man is talented. He's gifted. Nobody watched him more on YouTube than me in high school. Young man is a great talent. But right now, he's turning the people against him. And I pray and hope he gets it together and turns this around. Because I don't think the young man is a bad guy. I don't think he's the evil kid. Right. And I don't want him turning into Darth Vader. It just doesn't make no sense.
I do. I want him to go. Yo, Ben Simmons is not Darth Vader. Like, again, what do we always talk about? This is entertainment. You gotta I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you. You gotta be a persona and a character. You're on TV. It is what it is.
Listen, Faye, these dudes gotta dig deep down inside and understand. Do you want to be regular or do you want to be great? And I say that all the time. God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, my man Allen Iverson, still here. These guys is revered and thought about and talked about like gods because of what they gave on the court. So once again, if you want that, give it your all. If you don't, understand you're going to be criticized. You're going to be ridiculed. Come on, man. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. Once again, I'm going to leave it at this. Me personally, I don't think he's as injured as made out to be. I don't have no insider, no none of that. But I'm going to get some because I got family out there in New Orleans and I'm calling them later to ask their opinion on Zion. I think he wants out of New Orleans, but he's a good kid and he doesn't want to go the route everybody else goes where it gets ugly and nasty. That's what I think.
Exactly. Just to end it with that, first of all, shout out to Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. First time I seen you on here. Shout out to
Big
you.
shout. Thank
I can't
you.
see your Abby. I can't see your Abby, but in 15 minutes, you jump right on and promote yourself if you want, Daniel. Flee. Why keep it to himself? Us black men having find it inferior. Come clean about our struggles with mental health. To see superstars show they are human. You come later and talk about that, Flee, because I agree with you, but at the same time, we gotta keep it pushing right now. No, I guess you're talking about the trio in the Pelicans. I don't see a trio.
But before we go to the next topic, I'm sorry. Go ahead, read the comments. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Flea. He never wanted to be there in New Orleans. Oh, that's a good point. Great point.
Yes,
Right.
yes. But I want to give a big shout out to you, and I don't know who else, but big shout out to Fabian because you've been on the OKC and the Shea Gilchrist bandwagon, and big shout out to my son Chopin, who's a big Shea Gilchrist fan. Them guys got a big win yesterday, and I don't want the Zion news to take away from that. OKC, I did not see them making the playoffs, let alone winning the big game like yesterday. So big shout out to that young crew up and coming. And like I said, Shea Gilchrist, remember, Fabe, I said it before on the show a couple days ago. This is his opportunity to go into superstardom. I did say that.
Yep.
And last night, he made that first step. So big shout out to OKC, that whole city, that whole organization, man. Great win yesterday. But I'm very disappointed in Zion Williamson. Very disappointed.
As you should be. As you should be. Just real quick with Shea as on the show. This is him, all periods, right? But the first quarter, Shea was 2 of 5, 5 points. Then by the second quarter, 1 of 5. So he was 3 of 10 by halftime. And the first half, he was 3 of 10, 7 points. Worse than I thought. So that means in the second half, he went crazy. 8 of 12 for 25 points. 1 3-point shot.
Young man is tough. And when they get
from the free throw line.
Yeah, when they get their guy back, is it Chet?
Yeah, Chet Holmgren. Oh my God.
Listen, this is what I hope OKC does. Because nobody talks about OKC. And on our platform, we talk about everybody. I really pray and hope that they can stay together. Because they're going to have a nice young group the way they can start running people out the gym. Because you got to remember, the Currys, the LeBrons, the KDs, the Chris Pauls, even Dame Lillard, them guys is getting older. So now you got a team 25 and under. Look, all tall, gonna have the experience. They all gonna play together. Listen, man, if they can keep that core together, OKC is gonna be a little wrecking ball, man. So I hope they do the right thing because OKC has a habit of not paying people and not keeping teams together. Remember, they let go Westbrook, KD, and James Harden. And what's my guy, the big man?
Ibaka.
And Ibaka. So let's pray and hope OKC can figure that out and keep all those guys together.
Shout out to Mark. Whoever can pronounce his name, please tell me. Because Mark Denault. I was trying to explain before when I compared SGA and John Morant, just to give you some background, some context. You got 3 or 4 guys. Lou Dort. Lou Dort came in the league, didn't even have a left hand. He got a left hand, got a better with his left hand. He's a very streaky offensive player, but on defense is where he's really known for. And they got 2, 3, 4 guys out there. They might have Rookie of the Year in Jalen Williams. It's him and Banchero over there on the Magic. But they might have this 2 Jalen Williams on OKC. One of them might be the Rookie of the Year this year. They have a lot of scrappy dudes. I did not expect them. I expect them to get smoked by Denver because you can see their flaws. They're not explosive on offense. They're just not. But they're scrappy on defense. They take a lot of charges. I'm just totally impressed with SGA. Shout out to Javier. He says, SGA put on. I watched and hit my ticket.
Yes.
We always love when we hit our ticket.
Oh, man, big shout out to you. We love when we get money. That's right. Hit the ticket every time, baby.
I like Giddey, too. Yeah, Josh Giddey, he's a 6'10" point guard. Little flaky and soft, but he showed a little resistance yesterday. I loved it.
Yeah.
When somebody like elbowed him in the bread basket, as they say in wrestling, and he wanted to go charge him. I thought he was faking it, but at least you show some resistance. I like that. Inspire your teammates. showed some toughness. He scored 32
Yes,
as
sir.
well, and he was 3 of 7 from the field from 3-point range. So, great win by OKC, and that was followed. That followed the Chicago Bulls' big win over the Toronto Raptors.
Listen, I want to give a major shout out to myself, Zach LaVine.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Javier, did Zach LaVine cover the point spread yesterday?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 39 on their top. Big shout out, young boy, on their top. You heard me? Yeah. Big shout out to Zach LaVine. Let me say this, Fabian. Have I been on this? Have I been on this topic? Ever since Zach LaVine was rumored to be traded to our Knicks, to my beloved Knicks, and I was upset because the rumor was they didn't want to include Grimes into the trade. Ever since he's been rumored to be traded, Zach LaVine has been on a tear.
Killing.
A tear. Listen, right now, in the league, today, he's top 10 shooting guard in the league. Right now.
Easily.
Right now. Big shout out Chicago Bulls. And you know what's crazy? That team ain't bad. The only thing is, they have to play like that every night to win a game.
Right.
But they're actually fun to watch. Like, but they need a point guard over there. I like the young man White, but he should be coming off the bench. He shouldn't be a starter.
Right.
Of course, Lonzo Ball is hurt, but let me tell you something. I don't think Zach LaVine is going to stay. But they get a point guard over there. They're going to be solid. They're going to be solid. Talk to me.
Zach put on, and like I said, I hit that ticket.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Because he definitely hit me the other day and went crazy.
Yeah,
he could have. I said, yeah, that's what you get. But now look.
Allball, I took some bullets for you. I said, you know, that's my man. I brought the stats up. And come on, Zach LaVine's been killing. We got to give him his props, man. Stop, well, I think he was going through the same thing that SGA went through yesterday, though. Because yesterday in the first half, like I said, SGA really didn't show up. It was tough for him trying to figure it out. Then he got aggressive, started going to the paint. Zach LaVine, this was his first half. 4 of 8, 9 points in the first half, 0 of 2 from the three-pointer. And right. I thought he settled a lot. Those 2 3-pointers, I thought it was like 4 of them. He kept doing a step-back three-pointer, and he missed. But look, that was 9 points in the first half. He ended up with 30 points in the second half. 8 of 14, yes. 2 of 5 from 3. 13 free throw attempts in the second half.
Come on.
That means, what does that mean? Automatically, look, only 2 free throw attempts in the first half. The thing with the Bulls was DeMar DeRozan kept going to the paint and fumbling the ball. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, second half, Zach LaVine took it to the basket, started yamming it, do a little English, as they say, finishing up. 13 free throw attempts. That means you got aggressive and made the referees call those calls. Because Toronto, you saw they really didn't have much. They don't got a Zach LaVine over there. Love Fred VanVleet, love Siakam, but you ain't LaVine level offense. The LaVine machine. We gotta give Allball his props.
Listen,
Javier.
Listen,
give his props.
Zach LaVine, man. Big shout out to DeRozan. But let's big shout out DeMar DeRozan's daughter for yelling in the crowd and helping out the free throw line against the Toronto Raptors. That young lady was in tune. Hey, man, this is what sports is about. This is why you got to love sports. But big shout out to that young lady, man.
Yo, how DeMar DeRozan brought home court advantage to Toronto? That was crazy. He said, yo, this is my house. Remember D-Wade just said, this is my house.
And remember, you can't tell me Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan had that talk. And DeMar said, listen, bro, we got to get this. Remember, they was down big. And we happened to look up. We was online. We happened to look up. I said, oh, my God, Chicago winning. So what Zach LaVine and DeMar in Chicago did yesterday is what sports is all about. Them guys got a lot to prove, and they proved it. They laid it all out on the line, and they didn't give up. So big shout out to the Chicago Bulls. But Toronto, you got to break that up. You got to rebuild. They have a lot of players that can go somewhere and be difference makers. They got to rebuild. So VanVleet is a free agent this season coming up. I think he's going. Siakam, I don't know if he's a free agent, but I'm pretty sure a lot of teams will trade for him. But they have a young core. They got about 2-3 players that's young, that's good, up and coming. Just rebuild around them. But Van Vliet, Siakam, Toronto, hey man, they got to break that up because they shouldn't have lost that game. They shouldn't have lost that game. They the better team. But Zach LaVine in Chicago wanted it more.
The LaVine machine. And it goes back to what you always said, why Toronto's a matchup problem for the Knicks, because we don't have Brunson has the same capability as a smaller guy as LaVine in terms of getting to where he wants to. But it's just, again, when you got big bodies like that in Toronto, they're going to bother a guy like Brunson. They could. That's what we know. No, we're realistic Knicks fans. We go crazy, but we see that what LaVine can offer compared to Grimes, compared to even IQ, and even Randall. Randall should be the guy that puts everyone in trouble.
No, or also including Barrett. Like, remember, the league today, the winning ingredients is a big man that can stretch the floor and one of those explosive power combo guards. You know, a two guard hiding in a point guard's body. Zach LaVine is that. Remember, we don't have neither one of those. We don't have an explosive guard, meaning that can catch the alley-oop, that can catch hot. We don't have the big man that can stretch the floor. So remember, we play behind the 8 ball. So that's what Zach LaVine brings to the table. He's one of those chess pieces missing on the board. Today's game, you need 2 pieces to be a contender or to at least be in the race. A big man that can stretch the floor and a combo guard that can get you 50 any given night. Zach LaVine is one of those pieces. So I'm looking forward to a lot of teams on the hunt for him. Hey man, he's out of there. He's out of there.
We got to revisit that trade.
Yeah, his stocks went up, man. His stocks went up.
And no shout out to Scotty Barnes. You are not him, because you were talking about Grimes like that during the season. Step to him. You are not him. You are not him. All for this lackluster show yesterday, Scotty Barnes, 2nd-year player. I'm talking my ish because you out of the playoffs. We're in it. So you got to, again, if you're going to be talking like that, you got to show up and show out. Zach LaVine, the machine.
Yes.
Oh, damn, I thought I had this thing ready. My bad. We got to go back to the Laker game.
Okay.
Even though that was a couple of days ago, it seems like it was ancient history. They're about to play tomorrow. I don't know if we want to cover it more tomorrow instead, because today is like in the middle of the day.
Yeah. What we can do is tomorrow's show, we can cover the games that's coming on tomorrow night. But we can be brief. Who the Lakers is playing tomorrow?
The Thunder. They got to play. No, I'm sorry. They made the 7th seed.
No, right. They play Memphis, right? In the playoffs.
My bad. So it's OKC and right. They play in Memphis. We can talk about that for a second. The play-in is tomorrow. Yeah, let's go into it. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Lakers play Memphis.
No, but the Lakers don't play Memphis tomorrow, though, right?
Nah, Saturday, because the playoffs.
Right. Everything starts Saturday, right? So we can talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, and also we can talk about the play-in games tomorrow, which would be OKC versus who? Minnesota.
Right.
Right, and then you have Toronto.
No, Chicago. No, damn, why are we forgetting? Miami. Is it Miami and Toronto?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because remember, right. Exactly.
See, this is why. Oh boy, this is why they created this whole playing thing, because it makes you do this. It makes you have a call. I'm just saying, marketing wise, if you're the NBA, it's genius. Now you got to talk about it.
So hold on, Chicago winning yesterday, are they automatically the 7th seed or are they automatically the 8th seed?
No. The only automatic is the 7th seed, so that's Atlanta.
Okay, so Atlanta is set, so Chicago plays
Miami
tomorrow for that 8th seed.
Right.
Gotcha.
Chicago, Miami, 7:00. OKC, Minnesota, 9:30. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah.
Okay, and Mel said they play Sunday. He must be talking about the Lakers.
Right, that's his crew, right?
Yeah, but hey man, that's some good rest for LeBron and AD in them. So that first game is going to be that's very important, I think, for both teams equally.
Well, we're hitting the 45-minute mark. About to be rapid fire. Javier, come on, I'm getting you the special link. Everybody want to jump in? We got some rapid fire. Fleet, want to jump back in, talk about our mental health on this gorgeous afternoon here in New York City. You could do that.
Y'all know the drill. Y'all want to come up? Let's chop it up.
Yeah, I thought, you know what was crazy? Rapid fire, going back to Zion versus Larry Johnson. That's a tough.
Listen, you see, this is what happens. Turbo, what up?
What up?
Like, we gotta stop acting like certain players was not good. Like, Charlotte Hornets grandmama Larry Johnson was crazy.
Facts.
So sometimes when we give these names and then people don't even give it thought, they just go, nah. It's like, go back and look. Like, really, go back and look. And that's not taken away from Zion. But I told you, I'm big on, you cannot tell me, like, stop telling me we ain't seen somebody before. Stop telling me that. We seen Zion before.
Yes.
Never.
Seen him before?
Yes. I seen Zion before.
Where?
Sean Kemp. Mel, I'm not even putting up with your stuff, Mel. I'm being honest.
Yeah, them niggas is shooting 60%. They was dominating, shooting 60%.
Mel,
Zion is in his third year. He shoots 60. He dominates 60%, nigga, when he plays.
Go ahead. Bro, you have to listen. I love you to death. You don't even watch the other players, so you don't even care about them.
Watch all other players.
You don't. You go one-sided. Because if you really watch, like we not talking about field goal percentage. Anybody field goal percentage to be that good if they play in half the season.
Larry Johnson's field goal percentage would be that in his head.
That's a good point. Gotta go with you on that. I can't get mad at that.
And then hold on, I'll let you.
I give you that. I give you that.
I have nothing against Zion, but my thing is, at the end of the day, what has he done for him to be spoken about like that? Like I said, he hasn't even been to the second round. He hasn't even been in a big game yet. Like Larry Johnson's been in a big game where he knocked down a clutch shot to win a series. So I don't have nothing against Zion. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Even the build up to these guys to the league, like we saw the Zion hype. That is the modern day player hype. Instagram. He broke his shoe in the middle of the game. Ooh, highlights. But what did you win? Nothing. Larry Johnson won. 2 Player of the Years in Division I in the JUCO. Nah.
Well, hold on.
Zion ain't touching that.
Hold on.
Zion didn't have to go JUCO. What are you talking about? Zion and JUCO, he would average 100 points. What are you talking about?
Mel. He was the Division I Player of the Year twice in the JUCO. That means, I'm in JUCO, but I'm better than everybody 2 times, even though I'm here. Nah,
and with
that's different.
When the UNLV won the national title?
I didn't even want to touch that yet. Again, winner and still champion. Larry Johnson, grandmama.
Hold on, Mel. I want you to go first. Turbo, go second. Please give me your honest opinion about what happened yesterday as far as Zion not playing, but actually saying he's healthy to play.
Like when
be honest.
No, I am.
Me? Turn that camera, yeah.
Like this? I'm on the iPad.
Oh yeah. Nice.
All right. So, I get it. I'm old school like y'all in a way, right? If it's not broken, you need to play. Your shit not broke, you should be playing. You got a little sprain, you could limp, or you 80%, you should be playing. I agree with that. But when you just got $200 million, bro, and then like y'all been saying, the NBA is an entertainment. So guess what? We want our players 100% healthy when they on the court. 100. When they entertain, they want to see the dunks, they want to see the 360s. That's what they're here for. The alley-oops, you gotta be 100. And then guess what? Like Flea said, you love the lifestyle. If he plays 50%, 80%, he's not Zion no more. Guess what? He's not getting no endorsements. He's not getting that bag. He's not being on the sidelines. Flea. So and then there's another thing is like he said, I'm not Zion. Like so now he get on the court and he might lose his mojo on some Ben Simmons shit. Then he'll really be fucked up. You feel me? You don't want him to go. So if you want him to play and not be 100 and he don't perform, he gonna get killed either way. Whether he perform or not, or he playing or he don't, he going to get killed anyway. And nobody else, no other superstars play when they're not 100. Ja don't go there and play when he 80%. Curry don't play when he 80%. Them niggas is 100% when they play, bro.
That's not true.
Who?
Hold on. Let Turbo get in here. Hold on. Go ahead, Turbo. Your thoughts.
And wait. My last thing. What I was saying was, I wasn't trying to be funny. Like I'm not saying I'm Zion, but I'm big. I'm no homo. I'm thick. Like if I'm not active, if I don't play, if I don't run, even when I'm eating good, I still put on weight, bro. There's nothing he could do about that, bro. I don't think he's like just like eating mad. I think he's trying, but I know what he go through, bro. Like I was like, damn, I put on 10 pounds this week. I only ate 2 times. But you eating bad, or you not you eating bad, but it's just easy to put on weight, bro. If I'm not active, I'll put on weight easy, bro. Like I have to hoop. That's why I'm like, I'm 35. I have to hoop. I have to run. If I don't, I'm putting on weight easy. And I think Zion's the same body type, bro. That same body. I'm not saying I'm him, but I used to be mad athletic. I can relate to that, bro. I just think like that's something he can't control, bro. He got the money to where he should be able to take pills, vitamins, whatever, and be able to get that down possibly. But that's some shit you can't control, bro.
Before Turbo goes, this is the same shit I heard about with John Morant, Allball. Like, all this talk about people around, who's around Zion. You think nobody's around Zion telling him, you put that muffin down or whatever it is that he's eating? Because you might be right. It might just be regular stuff he's eating from back in the day, and he didn't change his diet or whatever it is. But is that unfair? I don't know.
But look, Zion is managed by his mother and father. He's not managed by no other. He's family oriented. You don't see him in no bullshit. You don't got anybody around him, bro.
Hold on. Before Turbo go, let me just say this. What both of y'all talking about, I don't even care. He said out his mouth he can play. He said he was healthy. All that y'all talking, lose weight, food, I don't care about none of that. If you're not healthy, if you're not 100%, don't come on the court and do tomahawks off the vert. Don't say out your mouth, I'm healthy, but I'm not Zion. I don't know what that means. Turbo, your thoughts.
And then he tried to blame the media, the outside noise. It's the outside noise. No, it's you. You're the one that came out publicly. You should have just kept that to yourself. And now you're gonna get what you deserve. Now you're really gonna get social media criticism, and it's well deserved. Certain things you just don't do. If you're 99%, he said he was 99%. He was 99%.
He didn't say
that's
100.
He said
99.
that? I didn't.
Yes.
I don't even know what he said.
No, he didn't say that.
I think he did. I think he did.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go.
I think he did.
That's
I
crazy.
could be wrong.
He's 99%. Nah.
Yo, hold on. Oh, boy.
I could be wrong.
Turbo.
I said I could be wrong.
Rockstar Mel.
Google
99%.
Google that. You gotta Google that. You gotta Google that.
No, hold on.
Oh, boy. Zach, I'm trying to let you in here, but it's not connected. Oh, here you go. I got you in there.
Like I said, wrong.
My people, what up?
Oh man,
what up?
Oh man, yes sir. We forming like Voltron, baby. What's good?
Nothing, man. My camera ain't acting crazy. I had to dust off my Bulls hat and act like a fake fan today since they did the impossible. I got my Bulls hat on today in the city.
Yes.
No, I just wanted to comment real quick on the design piece. I'm tired of the excuses. The man don't have no discipline. You a millionaire, get a nutritionist, get a chef. It's that simple.
No, it's not. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's
simple.
not. It's really not.
Mel, hold on. Mel, let him talk, Mel. Go ahead, Zach.
Mel, I'll shut your mic off, Mel.
My bad.
It's that simple. We saw Kevin Love, same body type when he came out of UCLA. Told the same story. And he said eventually what he had to do was get a chef. From what I know, this is not speculation. Zion likes to eat pizzas late at night. He likes to drink. He likes the fast food. I'm just hold on,
y'all. Hold on. Y'all laughing. Hold on. But Zach is serious, y'all. Like, no. See, that's the problem.
That's why I said knock all the excuses off. Like that's a lack of discipline, bro. This ain't somebody who hired a chef, tried a keto diet for some months, and then can't keep the weight off. No, this is a young man who lacks discipline right now and has bad eating habits. Especially when you're in the NBA, you getting off the plane late at night, your sleep is messed up. Kevin Love literally said, I think it was on NBA, one of them NBA shows, you know, they have where they follow the players. He eventually had to hire a chef, give the chef his key. So when he get up in the morning, the chef is already in his house cooking him breakfast, already got his meal plan laying out. That's what this man has to do to be disciplined. Now, that doesn't mean if he has a lower body injury, he might not put on some weight. I mean, we all got common sense. But big picture and the stories I've heard about him, even when his foot was broke, he was riding around Chapel Hill in a Rolls Royce at the bars drinking, bro. That's a lack of discipline. And now he's at the point, he's a young man, it's time to grow up. I just don't be wanting to hear the excuses, man. That's just how I feel.
No, hold on, Mel. Hold on, because I want to ask. Zach played, Turbo played, Mel, you played. If Zion was your teammate and he came out and made that statement, and then a day before the play-in, he's out there doing tomahawks, 360s. He's actually taking the guys off the dribble, going to the basket, and didn't play. How would y'all feel about Zion?
Wait,
Turbo. Hold on, Mel. Let Turbo go first. You go second. Zach go third, because all three of y'all played. So I want to know y'all mindset and what y'all would think if a player did that on your team.
I'll be tight. I'll be like, yo, do you really want to play? Do you have love for the game of basketball? And shout outs to Flea, because Flea said that last night when we was on the live, and I totally agree with him.
Okay,
like,
Mel.
do you want to play basketball?
I disagree, because there's be time you gotta have an ankle injury and think, look, you have an ankle injury and say, yo, I feel 80%, I feel 90%. Go out there and shoot jump shots by yourself, lay up by yourself. That's not up and down with the best athletes in the world. Your body's not going to be the same. It's not the same, bro. So you can work out with a trainer. That's not the same as you going and fucking AD is in the lane, bro. That is different, bro. It sounds like it's that easy. It's not that easy. And one more thing, didn't Zion lose 30 pounds? Didn't he have the weight clause in the contract? He lost 30 pounds before the season started? I don't think it's just as easy as y'all saying. And it's rumors. Y'all just saying anything, any rumor. Right? It's in his clause. He got to be a certain weight. And in the summertime, he lost 30 pounds so he could play.
First of all, you can see the same thing in Luka. I just dropped the video. And I don't watch other shows. My opinion is my opinion. So let's get that off the table right there. Secondly, they both have a propensity to put on the weight as the season goes. If you go look at him at day one, him and Luka versus now, even before he got hurt, I said the same thing before he got hurt. It looked like he was putting the weight back on. Again, we could jump through hoops, but again, this is not a guy who has hired a nutritionist and a chef.
How do you know that?
Because I know what I know. I'm not going to give up my
exactly.
sources.
You don't know that. You're not at his house. You don't know that. And once again, you don't have the body type. It's easy for you to say. Easy to say that. Looking, I have almost the same body type. It's not that easy, bro.
First of all, I'm not going to get on Allball and stunt. I actually know people in the league behind the scenes. I'm not going to get on here and stunt. You could take that
Zion
for what
house
it's what.
with nutritionist. You're not.
You could take that for what you want. I know people in the league. Take that for what you want. I'm not one of them guys. Okay, then stop cutting me off and be quiet. Then,
yeah.
As far as the teammate part, for what I saw, he didn't look ready to play, even warming up against Corey Brewer. He didn't look explosive. He didn't look quick. The issue was they didn't want to come out and just say as an organization, he not ready to play, because they weren't ready to handle the backlash that would have came out with that. So they kept dangling that out there, hoping that it would just eventually go away, I guess. But he wasn't going to come back ready to play. It was obvious. When I saw that first tape, was it about almost a couple weeks back, probably a little bit later than that, he didn't look ready to play. I said, there's no way. And they knew that as an organization, they just was trying to protect him as the player and didn't want to throw that out there. So that's how I answer that question, Allball. I don't think he was ready.
Okay. Hey, man, y'all all made great points. Fabian, go ahead.
My only thing with that is I didn't have to play professional ball to understand what it takes to be like right now. Well, what Zach just said, yo, you keep cutting me off. It's as simple as, all right, let's listen. If not, it's gonna go out of order. It's a team effort right now. If we don't communicate and get this across, what's gonna happen? We lose. We don't get what we want out of this. So I've worked in a physical environment. I have to work with physical labor. If somebody comes out there and they stay back in the locker room because they hurt or whatever the case may be, all right, whatever. But if they come out, wrapped up, and they trying to do something they shouldn't be doing, at least me, I'd be like, yo, I'll push them back, but it's still it gives you that extra oomph. Like, yo, hold on, I gotta step up because they're coming out with a wrap on their elbow or their back or whatever the case may be. So you can imagine if I only made $200 million, what that does is it's all about the mindset. It's the mentality of these guys and it's the generation, call it social media, call it whatever you want. But it's not good enough. We're not happy with that. It's not just being a fan. I'm not a fan of that kind of mentality, period. That's a loser mentality, if I'm gonna be real, if I'm gonna keep it funky.
I feel like this may sound a little crazy, but the Kawhi played a part because the load management is acceptable. It's part of the 100%. Load management thing, and then people doing load management and being successful. So that opened up the doors for people to not even be that hurt and sit out and nobody question them.
All right, so can I ask y'all a question? Because I'm not a fan of load management, right? But we've all been in love with something where no matter what, no one can stop you from doing it. If you're injured or you're hurt and can't play, I understand. Why do load management if you love something? You should always want to do it. So I like I said, I'm not in these guys' minds. I don't know what's in their hearts, but I'm saying from the outside looking in as a fan, I'm starting to not be fans of a lot of these guys. I'm being honest. And as much as I ridicule LeBron, he's on the court. As much as I ridicule KD at times and make the comparisons of Larry Bird and who's better and this and that, he's on the court. These guys don't get on the court. And I'm tired of the games.
Well, I feel like teams don't want that. Remember, KD, though he was healthy, able to come back in the playoffs, and he came back and he got hurt.
Right. No. All right. That's a great point. But what I'm saying is the mindset, the mentality. Do you want to be a champion? Do you want to be a winner? Do you want to be legendary? Do you want to be great? Or do you just want the perks? Just come out and be honest.
That's why, hold on, Mel. That's why I disagree with you when you said Steph Curry ain't coming out playing 80%. That's not true because that playoff ride that he had when they lost to the Cavs, if I'm not mistaken, he was hurt. Again, going back to KD, he was on Golden State, and they let him come out there off that injury, off the injured ankle, and let him try it out for that third chip because it meant the championship. They know what that means. You know what I mean? That's the mentality from the team from the top to the bottom. They all have the same mentality. So in a way, you're right. Some of these owners, like I always say, you need to catch some flack, but at the same time, a lot of these players, remember, you selling kicks too. You ain't selling to the owner. You selling it to us. We become a fan of you for life when you pull stuff like that off. You a legend after this.
But they thinking business. They thinking money. They don't give a fuck about the health. But these owners is thinking like, do Zion play this one game and get to play on, or we're going to rest him for the rest of the year and we're going to try to get him to play 30 to 40, 50 games next year. And that's what it is. I don't agree with it. I'm like, he should go. If he was 99, like, because that 80% Zion was better than a 0% Zion on the court. I agree with y'all saying. But as a new NBA, these niggas don't got the mentality. Everybody ain't Kobe, Jordan, Isaiah Thomas. That mentality is almost extinct.
Hey, Zach. Is Zach still there?
He's still there.
His thing is on.
All right.
Dom dropping in the building.
The Dom. Oh, man, listen, Foreman, listen. The Wu-Tang of the sports world. Listen, man. We all in the building. Zach, all right, Zach dropped off. Turbo. Let me ask you a question. Then Dom can follow it. Dom, what's up, Dom? This Zion thing, right? Do you have a problem with not seeing guys rehabbing? I remember states used to show guys rehabbing where you can at least see them trying to get back to work. Do you have a problem with that? Because now I'm saying to myself, if y'all saying when y'all see Zion and you didn't think his first step was this or that, are these guys actually rehabbing and getting ready to try to get back into action?
That's the tough.
I mean, a couple things y'all said. I had a person talking to me real quick. The problem with all of this is they've made advancements in medical and sports medicine where they can actually track and go off the baselines of these guys and when they can actually feel like they might be susceptible to injury. My question is, every organization is different as far as their policies and their philosophy. Where are we at that point with certain players where we're trying to prevent injury and it's actually good they sitting out? Or it's the call of the player, the coach, or the trainer. Like, I don't know all the checks and balances. Zion, though, from this standpoint, and Dime can tell you this if you go to games, he's no different than any other player coming off injury. They'll work out before the game. They'll get a sweat. They'll do some on-court work. That's part of the rehab process. But I think there has to be a balance. We don't really know where the science meets the road as far as who's really sitting out versus the science saying they should. And the Kawhi part, you got to have perspective too, because it came out, it was a report that Ramona Shelburne heard. It didn't get a lot of traction. But Kawhi in his camp, and it was also confirmed, he legitimately tore his quad. Like, he hurt his quad to a point where it would never be healthy again. And he was kind of forced to have to load management. But again, the question is that gray area. How much of it is legit? Okay, you have this permanent injury. We don't want to take it further versus the new generation kind of, in my opinion, don't want to play through things at the same level. Because I played half a season with a severely torn groin. And looking back on it, it was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done, just keeping it above.
Wow.
Okay. Turbo and Dom, y'all can respond to that.
Wow, Zach made a good point. And like I said, this generation is a little bit different. And like we said, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes on how these guys are training. And like he said, everybody's bodies are different too. We got to look at it too. Not everybody's body's the same. Some people can recover real quick. Like when perfect example when Greek Freak got hurt. When he got hurt, I was like, yo. And then all of a sudden he just came back. I was like, yeah, they done. But it's sometimes some people's bodies and the way they train is different. You know what I mean?
Everybody's different. Yeah.
I think us as fans, sometimes we can be like, okay, yo, why this player? But we got to remember, most people's bodies are different. Some people could just come back like out of nowhere. Look at Westbrook. He done had maybe three knee surgery, and he just comes. He's like a freaking machine, and he's still playing his athletic. You know what I mean?
So, okay, hey Turbo. All right, great point. Dom, you out there? You got some inside scoop on the Clippers stuff with Kawhi Leonard. Zion, with what he's going through. You being a big Clippers guy, can you speak on as far as the fan base in the thought process of maybe the teammates or the fans, as far as like what New Orleans is going through with Zion, that being a little similar to Kawhi as far as load management and injury prone?
It's tough because with Zion, coming into the league, everybody was saying these kind of things, like how concerned they were about him being too big, injured. Kawhi, I mean, in the beginning, he was a normal player, and then he, as Zach said, he's got quad issues, knee issues. One of my friends, he said he knows one of the team doctors or some physician for the Clippers. And he said Kawhi's knee is much worse than even advertised. The fact that he still plays at this high level is pretty amazing. But what Turbo said is facts. We just don't know what's going on behind the scenes, what these guys are eating, how much they're working out in the offseason, what they're doing. But clearly we know one thing. It seems like Zion is doing something wrong. As far as him not playing, that quote seems so controversial because it sounds like he can play, but he's not. I've always had a saying, if you're too hurt to play, don't play. If you're hurt, no excuses. And I think that can be a little bit harsh. Because I do respect the guys that do go out there and gut it out through injury. Like CJ McCollum said he needs thumb surgery. I do respect it, but he still shot terribly, and the NBA fans, sports fans are not going to be that forgiving for him playing that poorly. As far as Zion, his game is so athleticism based, and on defense he's slow. So if he doesn't feel like Zion, I don't blame him for not coming back. I really don't, because if Zion comes back and he plays like trash, then everybody's going to get on him and say how weak he is. So
I said that.
I don't mind him not coming back, but the thing is, he needs to figure it out though. One more year of this, and they're too injury prone. It's very frustrating for the Pelicans fans because you watched that game last night. There's so much potential with that team. The crowd was great. Ingram is a stud. Like, he is absolutely a stud. Like, this mid range is amazing to watch. Herb Jones plays such good defense, and that Murphy kid is awesome. Like, he shoots threes. He's athletic. He's got good size. I mean, I love the Pelicans. I truly do. But until they can figure out a way to get Zion and Ingram on the court, there's a clear ceiling that they're not reaching. And if next year it goes wrong again with the injuries, they got to think about changing something. I hate to say it, but the Zion thing, guys, we have all been talking about this since before he was drafted, and it's happening.
Right.
Hold on, before you.
And this is why I think he's not faking. He's been injured since high school. He's been injured every freaking year. I don't think it's something like him not playing. He know his body. He's been injured a lot, and sadly, but it's not. It's just his body, bro. I don't think he's faking. He don't want to be there. It's just like, nigga, he's injury prone every year. Duke, high school, finishing high school, Duke, first, second, third year, he's been hurt every single year, bro. I don't think he's faking or not want to be there. Like I said, his body type, you can't control that shit, bro.
He's not the first player to ever be injury prone and to ever go through a time period in their life where we question whether or not they get on the court outside of, or just because of basketball reasons, body type reasons, or whatever the case may be. But again, a lot of us fall in love with their razzle. That's the problem. I've always been saying the same thing with Kyrie. For whatever reason, you not playing, dog. I'm a fan of mentality. Again, when Dom was shocked when I said at their peak, I'll take Larry Bird over LeBron. Why? Because at his peak, I ain't got to worry about Larry Bird being motivated by anything but on that court trying to win. We're going to win at spades. We're going to win at dominoes. We're going to win anything with Larry. LeBron, I don't know. Depends on his mood. Depends on whatever he's motivated by. That's just it. So when I see that and I go, oh, yeah, that's the guy I want to align myself with. These guys, I want to win today. That's what it's about. So with Zion, it's not about if it's the right diet, the right workout or whatever it is you got to do to get on that court, you do it. But if you haven't done that yet, you haven't figured that out yet, we still want to see you give the right kind of effort. It was wrong for you to just do it this way.
I disagree because, like Don Draper said, his game is all athleticism. If he's not dunking and blocking shots, it's not the same Zion. He's not going to impact the game, and his team going to be hype and could change a 2-point lead to a 6-point lead or an 8-point lead. It's not going to be the same if he's not Zion. If he's laying that shit up instead of tomahawking, the crowd's not going to get involved. The player's not going to be as hype. It's not going to be the same, bro.
All right. So let me ask y'all a question. Zach, you in there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening.
All right. Now I'm going to ask you this because you play professional.
Oh, Allball got a call.
Got a call. I wanted to hear the professional.
So Zach, you got the Grizzlies or the Lakers?
Let's talk about that next.
No, that's tomorrow, Dom. That's tomorrow. It was out there.
Zach's pick.
We got a short little tap in.
No, hold on.
No.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let me ask Zach this real quick because what Mel just said. And Fabian said that's not the first player that's been injury prone. A player like Steph Curry, when he first came in the league, when people almost threw him away and his ankles was that bad.
Yep.
And he made the proper changes.
He did the work.
Right.
Yep.
So all of us up here watching the game, but you playing professionally, can we say Zion is not attempting because we don't know for sure?
I just think he's not consistent. I just don't think he's consistent. For whatever reason, he has to figure out whatever works in the offseason because he did lose the weight. He has to be consistent and mimic that during the regular season. Again, the hardest thing, and I've talked to people, we all know guys that play in the league, man. I've seen them work. I used to go to Tim Grover's attack. I've seen all this. I've seen guys remake their body. I know the story, David Thorpe, Coach David Thorpe. He's the main guy for training. He tells the story of how he remade Udonis Haslam's body. UD was like 270. Go look at him in Florida. How he changed his diet and took his diet serious. Like, it has to be a daily commitment. That's why, for me, I push back when I hear body type stuff, and especially when it is in our community with black folks, when we lead in diabetes and hypertension and all this stuff, and everybody want to talk about, well, Big Mama was big boned and he just this and this, that. No, this guy is a high-paid, high-level professional athlete. Until he gets that done and then proves to me that he's been doing that consistently, then yeah, maybe I can accept that. But I've seen other guys do the work and be consistent. I just think that's what it is. Steph Curry, they literally taught him how to re-walk and run. That's how much work he put in, man. And sometimes it takes that. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that, but it takes work. And what I'm saying is he has all the resources to put in this level type of work. And I think if he wants to be great, he should figure out a way. I don't know who's in his circle, but the consistency has to be there, man, because it'll be a shame if we can't get 10 to 15 years of Zion Williamson. And that's just why I'm so passionate about it, because I believe the diet part, I just don't buy into that like that. I just don't. I've seen too many people do the work.
Lou Will too. Like the going with Zach. Lou Will was about to quit. Like when he got traded to Atlanta, he was about to quit, and he played like 8 more years after he tore his ACLs. That summer he went in the gym and put in the pain, and he came better than ever. So I agree with him on that.
Right. So
and
that's so.
And it's the mentality. Some of these players don't got a mentality. I got a homeboy, right? Speaking on overseas, I got a homeboy. I said, yo, why you don't hoop no more? He said, yo, it's not the same. I told him ACL. I'm like, yo, but you still out here going, scoring 20, like you are. He's like, nah, I'm used to getting 30s, 40s. I'm talking shit to niggas. They talking back to me like they could fuck with me. I just can't live with that. And he don't play basketball because of that.
Oh, wow.
Like, So some of these guys got the mentality, like Zach said, some of these niggas got to put in the work or want to, and some don't, bro. I agree with him on that.
Yo, hold on. Allball. That's a crazy point. Remember, when Iverson went to Detroit, he couldn't handle going on that bench. Yo, that Rockstar Mel, that might be the best point you've made in your life that I heard.
Hold on. Go ahead, Turbo.
But same thing we was talking about Curry. Look at with Joel Embiid.
I was gonna say that too.
When he took the risk as a number 1 pick, and he had leg issues, and I think it took him like what 4 years.
He went through the pain too. He put in the work. Leg
there was a lot of question marks about it. There was a lot of
third year. The third year he came out. He missed the whole first 2 years.
Yeah,
right.
It seemed like it was 4, but
legit.
But go ahead. Right.
No, I was just gonna say it just attests to what Zach says. Zion is not the only player that's ever been injury prone, so that's no excuse. You have to put in the work. We can give so many examples of guys that was hurt or injury prone, and they put in the work, and now go ahead.
Here's another crazy part if you really think about it. Look at the last 3 or 4 out of the 4 number 1 picks. Zion, Ben Simmons, and whatchamacallit that pick? Huh?
Cunningham?
The kid from
Orlando.
The kid
He's
from
injury
Orlando.
prone too.
Yeah, Cunningham is Detroit. Yes.
He's injury prone, man. Cade, so far.
And
what's
I was
the kid in
talking
Orlando?
about the kid from Orlando. The other kid from Orlando.
Jalen
Suggs. No.
Jonathan Isaac.
He's having a good career though.
Martell Fultz. Yeah, he's starting to pick it up. He's starting to pick it up, but it's like, damn, all these 3 number 1 picks. There was a lot of hype behind those 3.
Yeah,
those 3 had a lot of hype.
Yes. But listen, y'all. Before we get out of here, I know y'all want a little bit of Lakers talk, so we can give it to y'all real quick. Everybody could just give their minute or two on their opinion on what's going to happen. Lakers in Memphis. Give a minute or two because we're going to talk about it a lot tomorrow as well. But I know, look at Rockstar Mel. Look, he can't even hold his face together. Look. Rockstar Mel, you go first. Give me your thoughts on Memphis and LA.
They said the other day, Karl Anthony Towns and what's his name, Jared Jackson? They averaged the most fouls every game. Like each game, they averaged like 3.5 fouls. So I think he's gonna get in foul trouble just like Cat gonna do, and Lakers gonna have the advantage. Also, Memphis, like everybody's scared of Memphis. They can't beat Memphis. What has Memphis done? They talk big. All they did is beat the Timberwolves. They haven't done shit in the NBA.
Who's scared of them though?
Everybody's nothing, bro. What have they done?
It's a good point.
So I'm going with Braun in them. They haven't done nothing. I fuck with John them, but they haven't done nothing in the NBA but beat the Timberwolves.
Okay, that's your point. Anybody can go next.
These is facts.
I think it sets up again well for the Lakers if you're a fan. If Memphis was healthy, I would have picked Memphis in this series. Because I just don't think Lakers are a good team. Big picture, they too inconsistent. That showed in the play-in that night. They made some great plays down the stretch, but it was more about, to me, Minnesota throwing up all over themselves down the stretch in overtime than the Lakers really beating them. I didn't walk away feeling encouraged by anything the Lakers did, but I'm going to give them the edge because Memphis is not healthy. And like y'all just said, they haven't done anything. And as a young team, they have the propensity to break down late in games and do dumb things, which favors a veteran and an all-time great like LeBron James. So If the Lakers don't get it done, I'll be severely surprised. So that's where I'm leading. I'm gonna lean with the Lakers. I don't know how many games, but the Lakers should win this series because they got the experience that Memphis don't, and Memphis is missing Brandon Clark and Steven Adams.
Lakers should win this by five. And then with my point with Memphis is like, yo, it's put up or shut up. Because you've been ever since John Moran said nobody seeing us in the West, we go into the conference final. They've been they've been struggling. I don't want to use the word struggling, but they haven't been consistent ever since he made that comment that nobody's seeing us in the West. And like Zach said earlier this year, he said, yo, it's nothing wrong with being confident. But sometimes when you're overconfident, it can backfire you. And I got experience of that. So like for Memphis, it's like put up or shut up. And I think this core group is not going to stay that long. I think after this year and next year, because when it's time for free agents with them, I think a lot of them is going to go for the money. And then we're going to be looking at Memphis like they're going to be the team like they're going to be on that list like they should have. And to me, the best young team in the future is going to be the Thunder. I believe they're going to be the best young team out of all the young teams that's out in the NBA. So
hold on. He picked the Lakers or the Grizzlies?
He picked the Lakers.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
he said they can't even go past 5 games.
I was just saying with Memphis is like, yo, it's either put up or shut. It's like put up or shut up because y'all been talking and yapping. So now it's time for you to show and prove.
Okay, my bad.
That's Dom. Memphis Lakers, who you got?
I think I agree with the things that both Turbo and Zach have said. I think the experience will win out. It's kind of weird that a 7 seed seems to be favored over a 2 seed. You don't really see that.
Hold on, but whoever would have thought that the Lakers would be playing with house money?
No, they're still the underdogs on Vegas. They're still the underdogs, though.
Whoever would think that the Lakers would be playing with house money?
What's the spread? You see the spread, Rockstar?
That's crazy.
Give me a minute.
Let me ask you this, though, Mel.
Right,
they made the underdogs in Vegas. But if you're the Lakers and a Laker fan, are you disappointed if you don't win this series? If you're LeBron and AD, are you disappointed if you don't win? Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Fair enough. Because I agree with Zach. I think if the Grizzlies were healthy, maybe I'd favor them just because they're young and they've played better basketball throughout the year. But I also think this series is not going to be as quick as people think. People are, I think, starting to underestimate Memphis. I think that they're still going to be really determined. I think Jaw's going to play really hard. And I also think that because of their youth and all that, it's just totally different styles. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play fast as can be. I think I'm going to go with 7 games, but the Lakers will win a game 7 in Memphis. In a hostile environment, they're going to show that experience and win. It could be Lakers in 6, but I don't know, man. I really don't. As Zach said, like the Lakers are much better after the deadline, but they still are not a great team to me. There's still a lot to be desired sometimes. AD sometimes offensively is not aggressive enough. LeBron has great stretches, and then he also has stretches where he's like totally bullshitting. Like last game on defense, the first half, he was playing free safety, but also basically just not guarding anybody, like straight up. And I got Lakers in 7 though. But also before I end, I just want to say, since I may have come late on Turbo's point about OKC, this dude Shai Gilgeous-Alexander last night scored 30 points, and the whole thing for New Orleans was let someone else beat us, and he still scored 30 points. That's how you know he's come such a long way. I mean, just rip Brandon Ingram in crunch time, and then after that, hit that like one-legged off the right foot off a bump. I mean, that was insane. So
I have him on my first team All NBA when I do my on my next podcast. I have him first team All NBA when I looked at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dom,
hold on, Dom. He hit that shot over Herb Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
Herb Jones is a great defender.
Killed it, man.
That was good defense. It would just happen to be better offense.
Hold on, y'all. We just got Rage Man in the building. Rage, real quick before we get out of there, we want your thoughts just real quick. Memphis Lakers, who do you got?
I'm gonna just go with the seeding. I'm gonna go with Memphis, man. I gotta respect what they've done over the season. You know, just because the Lakers got some new guys and they allow so many free throws and they get the favorite of the refs whistle every game. I can't beg on that. I gotta go with the second seed. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers got knocked out the first round and won the whole thing. I wouldn't be surprised either way. So
Got you.
Man, you sound like Turbo, man. We all over the place, man. Pick a side, man.
I'm not
This audio like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Hold on, just real quick. I'm gonna go Memphis.
Got to.
And this is my reasons. Lakers looked terrible against Minnesota the other day, and Ant-Man was horrific. So the way the Lakers been up and down, I think the injuries that Memphis have, they've been a great team when they have injuries or not. They was 18-2 when John Moran didn't play. So they still have a solid young, and they have just how Cat gave them problems. They got a big man just like Cat that can give them problems. And I'm gonna tell you what Minnesota don't have: John Moran.
Exactly.
Memphis is younger, and I just think they're the better team. So I'm going Memphis in 7 games.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, and we gotta consider the Lakers not a young team, man. They're not a young team, so they're gonna have to.
Rage man, your mic is doing the same thing again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's still like staticky.
Still staticky, no.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, but Faye, before you go, I'm just going off their last performance. Like right now, I was a big Miami guy. You got to go off their last performance. So Lakers, even though they won against Minnesota threw that game away.
Right.
But Memphis plays dumb basketball.
Memphis got better coaching. They have a better team, and they have a legit superstar. I'm sorry. So I'm taking Memphis in 7 games.
LA got 2 superstars, though, boy.
All right.
And AD didn't play too well. AD was getting his ass bust. Russ only had 2 points. When your starting point guard only gonna have 2 points and y'all win.
Hey, Mel.
Okay.
Yo,
Mel.
Yeah.
I just wanna ask all y'all this. Like, what the word superstar get thrown around a lot. What constitutes? What's your definition of a superstar? Because I have a consistent definition.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Is not a superstar. Please stop.
But hold on, Faye. Before you go, he has a point. I don't want to stay on too long because I know we all got to go because we've been on for a minute. We can start this tomorrow. But he has a point. Why is Anthony Davis a superstar?
Because he's a household name. He's a franchise player everywhere he go.
That's not what a superstar is.
But see, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's where the whole "what do you define as a superstar" means. You
want to hear my definition?
So he's not a superstar. He's a franchise player. He's a top 75 player.
That's even debatable. That's even debatable.
That don't make you. You want to hear my definition?
Right. I've always said AD is a franchise talent, but he's not a franchise player like that. And we going off the past. If we go
I might agree with that.
If we go off his stint in LA, just keeping it a buck, he's not a superstar anymore. He once was, but he's not anymore. It's about production with me, not talent. And he hasn't been productive like that.
Let me ask you this, Zach. Do you think if you got assertive off, because we know what he does on defense, he's a stud. But if he's assertive AD like we saw in stretches this season, but throughout a season, would you consider him a superstar?
No, Don, because for me, what does that say about the other quote unquote superstars that are doing that every night? True. That's my thing. To me, that's why I love the chess rankings that I do, because I want to show levels. And I can't put you in that upper level when one of the requirements of the upper level is being consistent.
No, I'm saying if he was consistently aggressive,
he got the talent. He
like averaging like 28 and 12 or something.
Hold on, y'all.
Then he would be honest. Not getting off topic, but he'll be honest.
Exactly. Okay. He'll be better than Giannis.
Hold on. I'm tired of hearing Anthony Davis has the talent. I'm sick of that.
Okay.
I'm being honest. Everybody in the league has the talent. He's not the only big man that can play deep, block shots, and knock down a three. So it's a lot of players with the talent. Are you putting the talent to the test every night, in and out, dogging it out, battling for championships or battling for Western Conference Finals? I'm sorry, he's not doing that.
He has a talent, like Zach said. He has a talent. He don't have the mentality. There's not everybody can do that. There's a few niggas that can do what AD can do. Not a lot.
He has the talent to be a candidate for defensive player of the year. Still.
I'm saying he's supposed to be in that.
Hold on.
He's supposed to be in there, but he don't perform, so he's not in there. Like Zach said, he's too inconsistent.
Anthony Davis has the talent to be the best player in the league. Forget all that talk. defensive player of the year.
You know the last 2 years.
Season. That's
Fabian. You know the last 2 years, AD been the worst jump shooter in the league.
Listen.
So
again,
what?
Literally the worst jump shooter in the league.
Listen, 1,000%. But again, that goes back to putting the work in and.
But you just said he got the talent.
And skill. No, talent and skill are two different things. Talent can make you a superstar, but you can easily lose that superstar. Tim Duncan became a superstar level franchise player, but from being consistent, he has no business being in the same conversation as a Shaq or Chris Paul or anybody.
Yes, he does.
Hey, fellas, hold on. Hey, fellas, Fade, give us your Memphis Lakers. Let's have this tomorrow.
Yeah,
let's
do it.
Because now listen, this talk here, we'll open up a whole bunch of can of worms, man.
And we should do it. We should do it. We're opening up from the jump like this. Y'all jump on 2 o'clock tomorrow.
And also, tomorrow we got to talk about Damian Lillard's comments that you said yesterday too. So we got
good point. That's your man, Allball.
Right. Right. So tomorrow we open up with the AD thing, and then for rapid fire, we'll just briefly touch on the 2 playing games tomorrow. But let's have this discussion tomorrow because I think this deserves our full attention, not 10 minutes. Yeah. So I don't want to get everybody excited because we can't give our all. So let's really start off tomorrow, 2 o'clock on the dot. Everybody come in the building and let's get to it.
One more thing, man. When Allball get off, y'all YouTubers, man, y'all keep this going. Somebody keep it going. I want to get off. I don't want to get off. I ain't a YouTuber though.
If you want,
I'm at work, but
I can leave it open. Yeah, y'all can stay on if you want.
I don't know how it works, but I want to.
I can be on for I can be on for another 20 to 30. But listen, also guys, check out me, Allball Fabian, and this guy from Akron, Ohio, did a preview of the Knicks series. It was really good. Like we talked about the seasons that they've had and like the preview of the series. 2 New York guys, 1 Ohio guy. Check it out. It's on my channel. It's starting out a little slow views wise, but I'd recommend it, man, because you're not going to hear that kind of stuff on ESPN with that kind of authenticity or Fox.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
so I got it in my watch later right now.
Yeah, got from.
I'm gonna be doing every series basically.
Yeah, he's actually from Akron. He has some insight. Smart brother. First time I'm meeting him, but very articulate. But a big Cleveland fan, and he has some insight on some things. It's an inside scoops. And listen, man, and he was very fair. Realistic. Yeah, very fair, very realistic. And I love that about him. So check that out, y'all.
LA Brodus. Follow him everywhere. He's a real good dude.
Fabian, take us home. Memphis, LA.
He's struggling.
No, I'm not struggling. I'm not struggling. I'm disgusted, Turbo. Because I got to agree with Carmel for the second time on the show. That's crazy. That's history.
Wow.
I got to get your birthday and play that for the lottery tonight for the Mega Millions because, man, you brought up a really good point. What the hell has Memphis done? What have they done? All they did was the same way that the Timberwolves played against the Lakers the other day. That's how the Memphis played last year in the playoffs. Last we saw. Again, I don't like the way Memphis plays with y'all in the game.
And the 2 years before that, they was in the play-in both years.
And they beat
year before that play-in. They ain't done shit, bro. Since job been there.
No, but I'm talking about full strength. What they looked like against the Timberwolves last year was really it looked like a mess. It was a mess. Golden State was taking advantage of, and again they were the second seed last year too, right?
Something like that.
Top 3. I'm just disgusted. I gotta agree with you again. Number 1, and number 2, who the hell's gonna guard? I mean, AD, 50% was still doing this thing against the Timberwolves, and they had big bodies up there. Besides Gobert, whoever it was, they were rotating on him. I mean, Cat was there. They had somebody there in the front line.
They got dogs in them, but they don't bite. That's the only problem with
Memphis. But who does Memphis have in the front line for Anthony Davis to stop getting
Jared Jackson? He shoots threes. That's the only thing that might scare him. He's not going to go crazy from 3. Other than that, I ain't scared.
Yeah, Steven Adams out, too. That's crazy.
So you got one defensive player of the year candidate who can get pick and rolled out of the scheme. That's what I see there. Anthony Davis can eat him alive. I love the way LeBron was still helped them stay calm during the game against the Timberwolves because he knew it was an up and down game. I got to go with LeBron's leadership and the disgusting ship that is Rockstar Mel's pick.
And then Dylan Brooks adding fuel to the fire.
Listen, I'm going to say this before we get out of here. Memphis wants to smoke. They're not scared. They're confident. So I think that's being overlooked. It was a time and point where players and teams would be scared to play against a LeBron or a Lakers organization. Hey, man, it's a new day. And I just
They
think,
wasn't scared of Golden State. They still got packed.
Okay, I understand, but remember, Golden State at that time was full-fledged Golden State. This is an older, hurt LeBron and Anthony Davis team.
They healthy. You got a week off.
Nah, they healthy. Nah.
We gonna see.
Say that, man.
That's what I'm going with. They healthy, bro. Both healthy, bro.
This dude,
we
Rage
gonna
Man,
see.
the audio is
Listen.
nuts.
Yeah, Rage Man, yo, just
Your
unplug
audio
your.
is crazy,
I think you gotta
Rage,
unplug
man.
your just unplug the headphones, and you'll be all right. You don't need the
He
microphone.
switched it. Those are different pairs. He switched a different pair still.
Now we can't even hear him.
Hey, Allball, real quick though, bro. I'm not rooting for Memphis again until they trade Dylan Brooks. I can't do it, bro. He's too corny. He's too
I
corny.
got you. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. You got a point there.
He feeding into
I
his
mean,
role.
he got
his
a
persona.
butter he got the butter going like Snoop Dogg. Like I can't do it, bro. He's too corny.
You got a point. I ain't gonna lie. His choice of clothes and outfits is just out of control.
It's too
So
much, he really
man.
think he one of them ones.
Man. You got me
I
on
hate
that.
Memphis.
You got me on that, man. Yeah,
No,
but
yo,
listen,
Zach,
man.
hold on. Go ahead, Allball.
No, I was gonna say, Fabe, man, take it home,
Zach,
man.
what's
Like
your
I
info?
said,
I want to tune into Zach shit. I thought he left too. I like
he's
me
on.
and Zach don't be having the same view, so I want to tune into this shit, see what I can learn, and know what I mean.
his turn.
I love
the
it,
Z
man.
show.
The Z show is right there.
The Z show? Okay.
Oh my bad.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this before we get out of here. I really don't like Malika Andrews, man. Like her face just got me tight.
Nah, but see another one, man. She be doing that corny shit, man. Talking
I'm
about
sorry,
brothers
yo.
bad and all that. Like I can't rock
Yo,
with her either.
Yo, listen, I just looked up and her face was on the screen. I just got aggravated. I just had
Her
to
and her sister, bro.
And she letting Dave McMenamin smash. Like, come on, man. What's that, man?
Oh, you
Come on,
told Malika.
Dave,
Hey, yo, you know what's funny? I
you
actually,
letting Dave McMenamin get the cake? Come on,
Hey,
sis. Come on,
She
sis.
got that choice in the
Hold on,
syndrome.
go ahead, Don. What you gonna say?
No,
Hold on,
Dom
go
drop
ahead,
if you going
Don.
to any games?
no. Oh, Clippers. Yeah, I'm trying to go to LA
Clippers or
Kings
Lakers?
too. Lakers, I don't know. The ticket prices are very expensive.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Clippers, I'm
crazy.
going to games 6 and 3. 4, I'm coaching kids, so I can't, sadly. But no, what I was gonna say about Malika. Oh yeah, when I was working at SoFi this season, she and Dave McMenamin walked up to me, and she didn't have makeup on, so I was like, who's this pretty light-skinned lady? And I was like, oh, and then she started talking. I heard that nasally voice. I was like, oh, and I look at McMenamin. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, she letting him get the cakes, man. And she be talking down on brothers. Nah, I can't rock with her at all, man.
Hey,
She's
Faye,
listen,
take us home. Take us home before we get banned on here, man. Get us out of here.
You started it.
What'd you say?
I know.
I know, right?
That's what I said. Get us out of here, man.
They're about to shadow ban us from YouTube, man.
I'm
They don't
Team
pay
Taylor
me,
Rooks now in terms of the beautiful personalities, black women on TV.
Taylor Brooks
She
is
corny
like the
too. She corny
Both of them
too.
is really.
Fabian,
Hot.
Fabian, take us home, Fabian. You hear us? We are out of control.
Yo, Taylor Rooks, we on at 2:00 tomorrow, same time, same bad channel.
right.
You are definitely invited, Taylor Rooks. I'll give you the whole screen and get all these ugly dudes off my screen.
And listen,
what the hell are you
everybody,
talking about?
everybody, we coming in 2:00 hot. Everybody come in because we want to discuss that AD, that superstar thing that we talking about. Is it real? What is a superstar? What's our opinions, our definitions of it? Let's just go right in with it.
Yo, by the way, hold on, boy. Me and you can get off, and I'll let these guys look. Rockstar wants to keep going, giggling away. I can leave it open if you want, pause, and you guys can keep going. But yo, Race Man, I think your mic is still messed up.
I'm going to work.
What you say, oh boy?
Yo, listen, I'm getting out of here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you and Zach gonna get yo. Are y'all plotting against me? They trying to take the channel down, Dom. What's wrong with these dudes? Taylor Rooks, I love you.
How come your audio sounds so crazy?
Yeah, Ray.
I don't know. Like,
I see y'all tomorrow at 2:00, man.
All right, I'm gonna keep this on.
Wait, Allball. Is he talking about 2:00 tomorrow? Yeah, it's East. Oh yeah, you're on East Coast.
12 o'clock. Yeah, 12
you-
o'clock
no,
out
2
time.
o'clock.
West Coast time.
West Coast time is 11. Let me see. Damn, I'm trying to see.
Try
let's
talking,
help out
Rage Man.
Rage Man. Yeah, let's help out Rage
Yeah,
Man.
can you hear me now?
Oh, so much
That
better.
sound better.
So much better.
I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, you sound much
Every time.
better, dog. You good.
It's the echo though now. You don't hear the echo?
No, that's because of the room. It's the room. That's the space in the background that's giving the echo. But your mic, you didn't do anything different?
No, I just have a fan on. That's it.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
Yeah, I
that's
just have a
why.
fan on. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
You
No,
turned it off?
It's back
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, now it's back to static. What the hell? What the hell?
It must be the
beeswax.
it must be the internal mic or something. I don't know. Hold on. Let me unplug these.
Jeez.
You was good. You was doing good for a good second.
Now you unmute yourself. Yeah.
How about now? I'm good.
Yo, who was on Allball's live yesterday? When you go for it.
All right.
Did they Don Draper?
Was that Rage Man talking? I want to hear if his audio is good.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Sounds good. Nah, it sounds good.
Yeah, you good. You good, bro.
Take them headphones out. Don't ever put them shits back in, Ray.
All right, man. All right,
sound
man.
good. Yeah.
All right, man.
Who was on Allball's live yesterday when they were talking about Zion and if he was better than were any of you guys on there when you talking about
Larry Johnson?
I was on there a little bit, not the whole thing.
It was
what do you think of those conversations?
Sean Boss, Zay, and I want to say either Dave Blees and somebody else jumped on.
Yeah, digging. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, Zay is always going to rock with the modern player, regardless of.
No, he did not. No, he said he said he was generational, but he doesn't know if he's Larry Johnson. He doesn't know. He was in the middle with that.
I heard him say he's better than Grandmama. Quote.
Oh, he did say that?
Yeah.
He's always going to rock with the modern player. You know what I'm saying? There's not much objectivity there.
So I
Sean,
think.
But why not? I don't get it.
Why not?
Why not objectivity, or why not always rock with the modern player?
A modern player, because
they learn.
Saying,
no,
not even that.
If these people had this, and this, the training,
I don't say that.
And these players actually have it, so they.
I don't say that. I don't say that stuff because the whole more training thing is mainly just shooting the 3-ball and a little bit shift and more of a handle. But the thing is, these kids are overworked, dude. Zion's a perfect example. His body is fucked, dude. Like that AAU circuit or all the things he did growing up, his body is cooked. And a lot of people are like that. Lonzo, I mean, it's that better training to me. We got to delve deeper into it. And as far as Sean Kemp's skill set goes,
right.
I mean, it's not like he would be bad in today's NBA. Like he was that 90. I don't think that Zion has reached that 96 Sean Kemp yet that was dominating in the finals. You know?
Yeah, but that's 8 years later almost.
Then what? Are we talking about young Sean Kemp or are we talking about young Zion?
Yeah.
Are we talking
you said 96 Sean Kemp, bro. You can't compare that to Zion now. Like 96 Sean Kemp.
I thought that's what they were saying.
No, everybody was comparing. When I first saw him, I was like, yeah, he looks like a young Sean Kemp. The way he dunks, his power, he had that power. Because Sean Kemp, he dunked hard. Like you could hear it on the TV when you watched it. Like he dunked hard. Like holy smokes.
He had small hands. I think.
Yes, he did.
I always compare Zion to Charles Barkley because he undersized.
Mike shit is it's back, man.
It is back.
What the fuck? I want these men to talk, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a Larry Johnson fan when he first come out, and he was like really the first one to get the bag, like get that 5, 6, 7 year contract. Like Larry Johnson was like the first to break the bank. Like he was the very first one to break the bank.
I didn't know that.
We talking about Larry Johnson?
Yeah.
Because we talking about Sean Kemp.
Who's listening to the show?
Not me, but Sean Kemp at 6, 15, 15, 17.
It's gonna cause an echo, Rockstar.
That's not me.
So who got? Nobody can hear that?
I hear that. I hear it on my shit too, but
so somebody's playing in the background. Thank you, whoever did that. Damn, let me see. Rage Man, let's hear, man. I'm trying to get Rage Man join up, man. Pause.
Hey, can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Maybe it's the connection.
I don't know, cause he messed with it one time. You good, Rage Man?
I can't.
No, I'm trying to. I'm messing around
Sean
with it. Can you hear me now?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you good now.
I pressed automatically adjust your mic settings on my side. Mic volumes.
Right.
Maybe it was that.
All right.
It
I was
sounds
saying,
difficult.
like, I was comparing Zion. I always compare Zion to like Charles Barkley because he was like undersized at the 4. That's what I looked at him as. I can see the comparisons with Sean Kemp though too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna compare. I totally agree with the Barkley stuff, but I'm low-key gonna chill on that because I think it's becoming disrespectful to Chuck at this point.
Yeah, it is. It is really. Yeah.
It's just talent-wise, but I'm gonna produce.
Y'all see Sean Kemp numbers? 6, 15, 17, 18.
Good, honestly.
Wasn't really the numbers. We was just saying
don't compare him to Zion. Zion's 25 off rip as a rookie.
No, we're not comparing.
We gotta also contextualize this era in terms of scoring. This floor is so spaced out. It's different.
That's not Zion foot, man.
No, we wasn't comparing him as far as scoring.
We have to have
I'm
context.
just saying, as far as his athletic abilities remind you of Sean.
Because here's the thing. When we talk about the 60s players and Wilt scoring, now there's context. Now that we say it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? We pick and choose who we apply context to with the stats argument, in my opinion, of course. But I just don't think he's reached that level yet. That Sean Kemp in the finals. I can't speak on young Sean Kemp because I wasn't, you know, I didn't watch the film yet. But that Sean Kemp in the finals, that got 96.
They couldn't guard him.
That's what I'm saying. I heard it was Payton that got shut down. I gotta watch that series though.
No, Payton was hurt, but
really,
yeah. I think Barkley might be the fairest comparison.
I don't think that's even.
Stats.
Barkley would rebound. Barkley was 15 rebounds a game
in a era.
He did that 1 year. Stop saying he did that 1 year, 86, 87. The rest of that is like 11 points. 11.
But he was the shortest person to do it though.
But he's doing it in an era that's bigs like fighting for boards. Like now this shit is like they get back on D. You feel me? The rebounds is the biggest difference to me in today's game in that in terms of stats.
You got Russ averaging a triple double. Like that's wild.
He is a good rebounder
Rush though.
I know, yeah.
First of all, Barkley's best years was with his best years was with Philly. Not with
he averaged 28 and 12.
Yeah. Bro, he averaged 13
59% shooting. Holy shit, dude.
Are you seeing this?
That's crazy. No
wonder he only averaged 14 once. Look.
Okay, 13, 14, almost 15, 12, 12, 12, 10, 11, 12, 11. How much Zion average?
Bro, he averaged 10 and a half rebounds on his last legs. That's nuts to me.
Listen,
wow, damn.
I love Barkley. He just shot too many threes after a while, which was he was.
He was expecting his game. That's what people want.
This is the
No, Rage, man. That's what I did not want. When he just, by the way, full disclosure, Barkley's my first favorite player ever. I always tell Dominic. So when he talked all that shit about Kevin Durant, so I said, bro, you wanted to join the Portland Trail Blazers in '92. Dom was disgusted with this. He didn't know this. He wanted to join the Blazers after they went to the championship. He wanted to join the Bulls after they won 72 wins and won the championship.
Who?
Ended up going to the Rockets. Barkley.
Barkley? Yeah. The way he talking?
Exactly.
He wanted to go to the Lakers in '90.
I told him that. I reminded him that a couple of weeks ago when we was talking about the Barkley comparison. I said, "Yo, it was the Lakers," and then he put up a post that he wanted to go to Portland. Now that I never heard.
I never heard that. I heard he wanted to go to the Lakers.
It was the Lakers but they the Sixers turned down the trade.
I can't. Wait a minute. As a basketball fan, I can't front. Barkley and the Lakers would have been crazy.
With Magic?
Magic. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about all these team scenarios. This isn't free agency. He would have been traded, so they would have had to give up pieces.
So what? This is what Don pisses me off. Don't do that, Don.
I see what he's saying, though. It's a different.
No, let me just make an example. If Kevin Durant had added to the Suns team, they would have won the championship without even nobody would even doubt it. Like with Mikal Bridges still and Cam Johnson, but because they lost, there's some doubt. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, yo, by the way, look how weird this is. My hat is showing the clip like Staples Center. How weird is that?
Oh, I see it up top.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The bottom of it green?
No, I think it's because I had the green screen thing still on, and for whatever reason, it's
projected. Yeah. But I'm saying it's the bottom of your hat green.
Yeah, it is. It's your hat. It's the Allball hat.
Yeah, any hat with green on, you can't wear green on him and if you wear green, that's why they advise you go on TV. Do not wear green because they use green screen stuff. So
no wonder my Allball hat doesn't look very good with the green screen behind me.
Right.
It trips out.
Right.
That's not good.
But let's get back to the point.
Yeah.
Man, were you saying you agree with this nonsense?
I was seeing what he was saying. It is kind of a difference between being traded and free agency. There's a big difference because I can give you an example. People say that the Big Three in Boston was a super team. I completely disagree with that. Those guys was veterans. Them guys was like 10, 11, 12 years deep. They went for one magical run. Paul Pierce needed a shot, and they made it work. And they made the biggest team improvement in NBA history.
And they all got traded there.
Yeah, but that goes to another question. You talk about what's a superstar, what's a super team. That's
a super team. I have two definitions. You got to look at the prehistoric definition and the modern definition. The prehistoric definition is like the Knicks of the 70s or the Boston Celtics, where it was no free agency, no trades. Who you got is what you kept.
Oh, there was trades, just no free agency.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's the pre-modern definition, the first one. Then you got the modern definition with the LeBron James going to Miami, the KD going to the Warriors, team collusion, free agency, player collusion. You got two different types. Those are my two definitions of super teams.
Yeah, I guess I have the same two. I'd never heard the term super team till the Heat's move. That's when I heard that.
There's always, looking at the history, I never heard the word, but looking at the history of the game, there's always been super teams.
Oh, well, yeah.
Right. But the difference is with those Showtime Lakers, all of those guys were drafted.
That's crazy too. We can allege that it was some collusion with that. The fact that they got 3 number 1 draft picks.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was not drafted.
No. I'm talking about he got traded, but everybody else.
They drafted Word.
There is no Showtime Lakers without Kareem. That's my point. No.
There's no Showtime without Magic because Kareem didn't win anything without Magic.
Gonna get them the rock.
Listen, we are both right.
We both right.
Right. The part you're leaping over is that they did not draft Kareem. Let's not skip over that. They traded for him.
I know that he got traded.
All right then. Yeah. So
but we talk about but majority all of those guys was drafted.
Yeah.
We talking about Byron Scott, James Worthy, Jamal Will.
Byron Scott was.
You know what's so crazy? Yo, the Lakers won the championship in '82, and they got the number 1 pick in.
Right. In 82 was a super team. They had Norm Nixon and all. Yeah.
Man, I know.
They had a couple super teams.
Every single team that won. If you wanted to define super team by 3 stars or more, they absolutely had it every time they won. No question.
Right.
They had 2 bona fide superstars in Kareem and Magic. That's a super team right there.
I hate to be that guy, but Jordan ain't beat too many super teams. He was losing to the super teams.
No, he was the super team.
That's true, but do you think he played on one?
No. I don't know. No.
I said, do you think he played on one?
He was losing to the Celtics. He was losing
super team,
to Detroit.
No, the Bulls were not a super team. They only had Michael and Scotty.
Only? And who? Only?
They had out, bro. Look. The second. I always say the first 3-peat was the more talented. The second 3-peat, them was all outcasts. Dennis Rodman, Scott Burrell. Outside of Kukoc had a good year. Steve Kerr was not like that. He was an outcast.
Rodman, Scottie Pippen, and Jordan is a super team.
No,
bro.
Rodman was out the league. After the Spurs, when he was on the Spurs, he was almost out the league.
Wait. What does that mean? What does that mean, out of the league?
I'm talking about like team morale. Teams didn't want him.
But he was still a great player. He still came back and averaged 13 rebounds or whatever he averaged.
Let's say directly after, fell completely off the map with the Mavericks and Lakers. He fell off. Mm-hmm. So we could say the Bulls, their system made him more motivated. No, because right before and right after he was almost out.
He said the Bulls system. You mean Michael Jordan?
I objectively believe that the Chicago Dynasty was never a super team.
So no, go ahead. No, Mel, you got the floor because me and you are both in agreement about this one. Again, listen, guys, be very careful. Me and Mel are agreeing way too much today.
Why isn't? Let me ask him why wasn't it a super team with Dennis Rodman?
I'm gonna ask you. They only
can you answer the question why they wasn't?
Why they weren't? I have multiple reasons. For one, they only had one consistent perennial all-star. That was Michael Jordan. It was never Scotty wasn't. I'm gonna say probably like that mid-90s period. Yes, he was perennial all-star.
He was the best small forward in the league, bro.
I just said that. Then before that, you had BJ Armstrong and Horace Grant once, and Dennis Rodman was not an all-star on none of those championships. So let's get that clear as well. So that's why I say they were never a super team. They had 2 all-stars and maybe 4, and that was a one-time thing. I think that was 92, maybe 93.
Okay,
so the only argument I'd have is
hold on. I want Mel to answer why he thinks that the Bulls were a super team.
Yeah, now you tell me.
They had a 3-headed monster.
No, you in the mix.
3 Hall of Fame players, bro, on one team is
that's a lack of context, bro. You got to bring more context than that, bro.
Bro, what do you mean?
Listen,
that's my definition. You can't tell me what I gotta be more. If you got 3 Hall of Famers on your team, you're a super team, bro.
Here's the problem, though.
That's my own definition.
Mel, do not get your mic shut off. You gotta bring context. What do you mean? It's a talk show. You gotta explain what it is about these Hall of Famers.
Okay.
Why it made them super.
Okay. Jordan is best at his position. Scottie was the best at his position, and Rodman was like probably top 2 at his
No,
position.
hell no. In the late 90s, Rodman.
At a power forward, yes, he top
Carmelo,
5.
Tim
top
Duncan.
5 power forward. He was a top 5 power forward. You got 3
Tim
top
Duncan
5
wasn't in the
players at
league.
their
Tim
position on
Duncan
one
wasn't in
team,
the
bro.
league yet.
He better than
I like
Sean
that.
Kemp in '96.
Defensively,
I said
way
top
better.
5, bro.
Yes.
He's never
I said
been
I
put
give him
on
top 10.
Hey, hold on, wait. See,
That's a
Dennis
stretch.
Rodman?
I gotta shoot bail. I gotta shoot bail.
In the late 90s?
Yes.
That's a stretch.
Yes. Hold on. Okay. Hold on.
This
So
man
go-
averaged 16 rebounds, bro.
Thank you.
He
Going
never
back
made
to
an
your
All-Star team with the
going
Bulls.
back to your
16
point,
That's not
Ray,
regular.
you were saying that the late night, the second 3P was better than the first 3P. I agree, right?
No,
Here's
I said
thing.
the first one was better than the second.
I'm sorry, and I agree. But here's my deal: was the Miami Heat with LeBron? That was a super team.
Yeah.
Were they a better team than the San Antonio Spurs or Golden State Warriors?
What you mean? Like
that they played in the finals that eventually became the champions of last decade.
Well, in 2013 they won, so I'll say yes.
In 2013 they were, yeah.
I don't, but I think they were a better team. Like that fit was better for them, for that Miami Heat team. Same thing with the Bulls in the early 90s. That team, that fit was better. Horace Grant was a better fit than Rodman. So I don't think so. Being a better team does not make you the super team. What makes you a super team is that you have 3 guys who are top 5 at your position, and you traded for him. You didn't draft him.
Yo,
it only changed because it was LeBron that went to Miami and decided all that. That's when all this thing started.
I wouldn't be mad if somebody said they were a super team, but if you look at the complete the full context, they were not a super team. Like legitimately, they were not.
I would say the only argument for them not being a super team is that Rodman never even made an All-Star team as a Bull. That's the only thing I'd say. But I'd assume he had an All-Star impact from everything I heard. You know, I think there's a difference between All-Star
impact. He
impact.
did make the All-Star team. Yeah, he did made an All-Star when he was.
No, he didn't. I looked it up. He wasn't an All-Star at all.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Not as a Bull.
Not as a Bull, but as a Detroit, he was.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah,
and all 3 were
I like Pistons Rodman.
And all 3 were Defensive Player of the Year candidates, or if not, they won the award. Like that's a super defense. Nobody had that. And
super
one thing,
defense.
Yes. Okay. I got a good point. I got a good point to Mill. I got a great point. I'm glad you brought that up.
And hold on. Counter with this. Look, hold on, Turbo. This is the 90s where it was the defense ball. It was all the Pistons. Everybody copied the Pistons. And now you have a Pistons-like defense but just super athletes that were all ahead of their time in terms of training. All of them.
Before I get into my next point, I was watching their highlights in '98 against the Nets. Bro, that was wild, bro, how fresh they were looking, bro. Like super athletes, like for real. But Mel, I want to respond to you. I got another point to prove that they weren't a super team. A lot of people say that the 72-9 Warriors were a super team. I don't agree with that.
That's wrong.
No, they only had 2 All-Stars, and the reason they won so much is because they were just ahead of everybody else. So in that case, just like the Bulls, where the Draymond Green, who is not a Hall of Famer in my opinion, not a Hall of Famer, high IQ role player at best.
But he's gonna get in that.
Draymond Green, bro. The 2016 version was an All-Star, easily.
He's tripping,
but they weren't a super team.
They don't make them a super team.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Let me finish. I didn't ask the question. If the 73-9 Warriors team aren't a super team, which they not, they didn't become a super team until they got KD. They got 2 superstars, Stephen Curry and Klay. What makes the 72-10 Bulls a super team? They were just too good. It's the difference between being hella good and being a super team.
I think both was a super team, so we beg to differ.
I think neither.
I was gonna say.
I think neither were. Based
on Mel's definition, or the first definition you listed, 3 stars, they were a super team award.
That's what I said. I think they both were, in my opinion.
But based on player collusion, of course not.
What year was that? 2016?
2016, yeah.
They had 3 All-Stars.
Was an All-Star.
They had 2 All-Stars.
14, 7, and 9.
3.
In 2015, 2016. Not
he was All-Star.
Klay didn't make it.
He averaged 14 points, 7 assists, and 9 rebounds.
And he was
Steph was All-Stars. That's a super team, beloved.
Of course he was an All-Star. 73-9, Rage Man.
Hold on. I got a fact check.
But again, see, that's what I'm saying. The reason why the Lakers were called a super team in the 60s was because they traded for Russell.
Right.
I mean, for Will Chamberlain.
I said that's the prehistoric definition.
Right. No, but there's no other way. How can you
change it.
I know. I'm saying there was no free agency back then. So how else would you form a super team? The only way to collude is to do everything behind closed doors, and the only way to do that was to trade for the players. So they did it. But in this era, if you draft and you still traded whatever it is, I don't consider Golden State a super team.
You know,
my personal opinion.
The players told the management who's to pick back in the day. Right. The best players like, yo, pick him. That's my nigga. He gonna go. Like, that's the way they did it.
I don't think the Bulls or the Warriors in 2016 were a super team. No year were the Bulls a super team, and 2016 wasn't a super team. Golden State didn't become a super team until they got KD.
They had popularity around them. That's why he probably thinks that they're.
So the only
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
2 teams that 70 plus games, neither one was super team.
Because they were like rock stars.
That don't even make sense, bro.
You know what's wild? So many people say that the 2016 Warriors were a super team, but the Cavaliers, who legitimately did collude and did the second definition of the word super team, they weren't a super team because they underachieved and won 53 games. They weren't
expected to win.
They totally were. Kevin Love even admitted it.
Yeah, he said it. But even though I don't think that's
the only reason that's my idea of why people say that the 2016 Warriors were a super team, because the 2016 Cavaliers underachieved.
Did they? No, the 2016 Cavs didn't underachieve. They were the first.
They kind of did. The 2015.
The one that lost.
Yeah,
in 5 games, but they were injured.
It was that first. The only thing you can say is
during the regular season they only won like 53 games. Even that Warrior team won 67, and nobody.
The first year Cavs with LeBron coming back, and we haven't seen Kyrie play winning.
Is that what they traded for? Who was the 7-footer they traded for midway?
Mozgov.
Yes. And LeBron
that was a great trade, by the way. The J.R. Smith trade changed the season for them.
Yeah, but we're also forgetting that LeBron.
J.R. Smith wasn't even supposed to be in that trade. Did y'all hear that?
No.
It was supposed to be Shumpert. It was like Shumpert for like Dion Waiters, and then the Knicks was like, we're gonna add J.R. Smith, and LeBron was like, y'all gonna give me J.R. Smith? And he's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna take that. J.R. Smith wasn't even in that trade at first.
Wow. Yeah, that was a great trade. Shumpert, Mozgov, and J.R. They changed the season.
Dom, you gonna stay on for a while? Because I gotta get off.
What?
Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay on for a while? Because I gotta get off. You can control.
I'm about to get off too. I ain't going front. I gotta go to work.
No, I'm about to get off in like 5 minutes.
All right. So so tomorrow is who's a superstar, right?
Who's a superstar? What's the definition of a superstar?
And the Bulls versus Golden State. Are those?
We can add that to it.
Yeah.
All right,
that's too crazy.
Say less.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.